Good day, everyone, and welcome to Good News Cafe. This is Hazel Lugay here to brighten your day with heartwarming stories and meaningful conversations. This is a safe space for all things positive and uplifting. So grab your favorite coffee, sit back, and let's dive into today's topic volunteerism. Today, we're celebrating the power of giving back. Volunteering is a beautiful way to connect with others, make a difference, and bring about meaningful change. And guess what? Anyone can do it, whether it's lending your time, skills, or just a listening ear. Every effort counts. Later in the show, we'll be chatting with remarkable guests who have dedicated their life to volunteerism. But first, here's a video that might get you started in your journey to volunteerism.
There is a major national crisis affecting Filipino children, our nation's children, and their future. The World Bank calls this learning poverty. The Philippines was second to the last in learning poverty amongst all Asian countries. If 90 out of 100 Filipino children will not learn how to read and write proficiently, what kind of future will they have? What kind of future will our nation have? This is a serious problem which needs urgent intervention. In September 2022, the YMCA of Makati, in partnership with the National Shrine of the Sacred Heart and Barangay San Antonio, embarked on a simple yet ambitious program to help address this problem. Thus the birth of Gabay Aral. Gabay Aral is a literacy program that teaches children ages 5 to 10 years old the basics of reading, writing, and counting, while integrating good Filipino values and faith in God. Tutorial classes are conducted every Saturday. Incorporated in these classes are feeding, storytelling, values formation, and of course, the actual one-on-one tutorial sessions. Volunteer tutors come from different walks of life: working professionals, retirees, the youth. Everyone is welcome to volunteer at Gabay Aral. Regular training is given to the tutors to enhance their teaching and mentoring skills. Also, the program has prepared several sets of learning modules to help guide the volunteers in teaching. Gabay Aral has truly changed the lives of the students. 90% of those that underwent the program can now read and write and have gotten better grades in school. But not only has it touched the lives of the students, the tutors found a new passion in life when they volunteered in Gabay Aral. If you want to support the program, you can sponsor meals, donate in cash or in kind, or volunteer as a tutor. By supporting Gabay Aral, you can change a life, and it can change yours.
And we're back. Now, let's meet our special guests. I know these people very well because they live with me in the house. I would like to introduce to you my husband, Jake Lugay, and Rain Lugay. All of us are volunteering in Gabay as tutors. So, good morning. Good
Hi,
morning,
good
Jake. Good
morning.
morning, Rain.
Good morning.
So let's start. Tell our viewers how many years have you been volunteering to Gabay Aral?
Okay, I'll start. I'm Jake. I'm a volunteer teacher at Gabay Aral. I've been volunteering for the past 3 years. And it's been a very beautiful experience so far.
And you, Rain?
Hi, I'm Rain Lugay. I've also been a volunteer tutor at Gabay Aral for around 3 years. I'm sorry, meron akong aso na nag-e-epal. But it has also been a very good experience for me to be a tutor at Gabay Aral.
Okay. Tell me a little bit, a little background. Jake, where do you work? I can see it on your shirt.
I work as a marketing practitioner at San Miguel Foods, and I've been working there since 28 years back.
Okay. And you, Rain?
I'm a second year political science student at University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Okay, that's very good. Also, let me start with my first question. Can you tell our viewers about how you started volunteering, particularly in Gabay Aral?
I was forced into it. I was forced into it by you,
Agreed.
by
Okay.
my wife and my daughter. So after the elections, they were looking for somewhere to volunteer. I was their driver, so I had to go with them. And uh, when they had their first briefing with Gabay Aral, I joined in also and joined them since then.
And you, Rain?
Same. I was also represented, but for a different reason. I do enjoy volunteering, and I had particularly enjoyed doing our volunteering at the church no elections, particularly PPCRV. But being a poli student, that's more in my field. So tutoring initially was something I wasn't as excited about because it was new and different and not really in my wheelhouse. And yes, I was a little bit forced into it, but I ended up enjoying it eventually. So, and then now we're here, 3 years now.
So what do you enjoy most about Gabay Aral?
The kids.
Uh, yes, the kids. Yeah,
The
the
kids, the
kids.
kids, they're fun to teach. They teach us a lot as well. You just don't uh, share with them what you know or what you can teach them, but they can actually teach you a lot of things as well.
And you, Rain, being a student, you deal with the students also. Your first I know your first duty was a high school student. Although
Um,
we only teach basic education, basic literacy, but your first student was actually a high school student.
yeah, actually, I really enjoyed my first experience with Dubai Aral because of that. I really enjoyed having someone who's actually really close to my age to teach and to be around with us as a student in a way. And but then seeing how it is also teaching a younger child is also very interesting because really the entire like thing is it's always for the kids. We tutor for the kids, and it's really rewarding then to see them kasi grow and develop. So ayun.
And what's nice about Gabay Aral is because you teach one-on-one.
Yeah,
So you really get to see the development of your tuti.
Yeah, get to know them then like really well.
And you get to
So
know them better, you know,
yeah.
what makes them respond to learning and what makes
mm-mm.
them like learning.
Yeah, just to give
You also
our
kind of have like a
viewers,
friend
yeah.
in a way. You
Hmm?
kind of also have like a friend in a way. Like even though they're a lot smaller,
Yeah.
you
That's
kind of get
that's
like a new friend, someone who you feel like who trusts you, and who you can really talk to in a way. Yeah.
Yeah, kasi just to let our viewers know, ang special po kasi about Gabay Aral is we teach one-on-one. I know there are a lot of literacy um ano ang tawag doon, mga
Programs,
volunteer
literacy
programs.
programs.
Oo,
Mm-hmm.
out there, especially here in Metro Manila. But what's beautiful about Gabay Aral is we teach one-on-one. And another thing, hindi lang siya one-on-one eh. Yung estudyante po namin, we teach them hanggang sa umabot kasi we have levels A, B, and C. So if they start out level A, then they move to level B, and then usually yung mga estudyante namin nagiging estudyante namin ulit. Hindi namin sila nilalagay sa or binibigay sa ibang teachers because our belief is, if you form a bond with the children, nagiging mas maganda yung rapport ninyo, nagkakaroon kayo ng sense of trust with each other. So, mas nagiging maganda yung journey ng bata din. Mas madali silang natututo. Okay, so can you give me a memorable experience that you've had in Gabay Aral? Maybe a fun experience, a weird experience.
You first ring.
Um, Fun experience having to relearn algebra in a
Yeah.
way because
Kaya
I had
namin
to
kaya
teach.
namin binigay sa iyo yung high school eh, kasi wala na may alam
Yeah,
Wala na may
yun nga, yun pa
magtuturo.
yung nakakatawa yung binigay sa akin pero ako rin naman hindi ko I was like shocked hindi ko na maalala. And it was a lot of the basic algebra that I admit I wasn't very good at either. So like it was also me trying to relearn the subject, but also trying to teach someone it, as well as teaching someone that because I also did literacy with my first duty. I also had to do like how do you teach someone who kind of already knows what they're doing, but also doesn't? So like having to find a lot of my own sources since a lot of the sources given at the time were really for the kids talaga and like my Judy then really already knew the alphabet. So there's no point in teaching her that. Like I had to look up things like how to teach English as a second language. So I was doing using a lot of ESL sources in teaching her, as well as actually having to learn math. So it was just different because it wasn't what I initially expected. Because I obviously Kabay Aral in itself as a program was very much a children's literacy. So teaching someone who was already in high school was a very different kind of literacy, and it was very interesting then to experience. You,
Yeah. For me, it was different because I got to teach two students in the span of 3 years. I was assigned two students. The first one was uh, a girl who was kind of difficult to teach, and the next one was a boy who has a good grasp of learning, who enjoys learning already and who enjoys reading already. No, so those are two different experiences. But one of the most memorable experience was not actually with them. It's actually with the brother of my first tutor, who we thought was
Special.
who was non-verbal or non-communicative
Yeah.
at the start. No, his name is B-Boy. No, he didn't speak, he didn't communicate, he didn't see anyone eye to eye.
We thought
No,
he
so
was in
we
the
thought he was
spectrum,
in the
no?
spectrum. We really thought that he was in the spectrum, but of course, it has to be diagnosed. No,
Yeah.
but uh, back then, it was weird because he really didn't talk to anyone. And then suddenly, when I was already teaching another kid, and I was not in the same schedule as they are, and we came early to the venue, and he saw me. He shouted out my name and hugged me, and I was surprised because I thought he really didn't speak at all, and I didn't realize that we had an impact on that little kid's personality. No?
Yeah.
And then that's what's actually what is more what's this it's what affects us more positively.
Yeah.
Yung seeing them evolve or develop,
Yeah.
or seeing their personalities grow, or
Mm-mm.
and seeing them be more confident.
Yeah. Yeah. I also
So
remember one of
yeah.
our students, si Francis, no? We thought that
Mm,
he was in the spectrum also, very shy,
yeah.
keeps to himself. And then
mm,
nag-migrate sila sa UK, him and his family. Tapos nag-message one time sa akin yung mom niya and said that he was thriving in the UK. He started out po, our viewers, he started out po as a non-reader. Talaga akala namin hindi siya matututo. And then, he was able to graduate from Gabay. Pinapa-graduate naman po kasi namin after 3 years yung mga bata. And nagbigay ng feedback yung mom niya from the UK, messaged me one time and said that Francis is thriving in the UK, even got a reading award. Can you believe that? A reading award.
For
When
a
he started in
non-reader.
when he
yeah.
started in Cabayaro, he
When
was
he
a
started out as
non-reader.
a non-reader.
And then na-accelerate after a few months because they think that he was very good. So isa po sa mga success stories namin yan sa Gabay Aral that makes our experience very touching and very fulfilling. So another question, ano naman po ang mga challenges? What challenges do you face as a volunteer? As a volunteer in general, kasi I know that you volunteered in PPCRB, in the community, and now nga in Gabay Aral. So what challenges do you face as volunteers? Especially you,
Um,
you work full time.
Ako, for me, initially, it was really the sources.
Mm-mm.
Like I mentioned earlier, I was teaching something almost entirely different, and we didn't have enough sources for something closer to for vocabulary development. So I had to find my own sources, almost create like a like a mini curriculum in a way for this duty because she was already at a pretty advanced stage. But nowadays, most of the issues that I have personally is really just keeping the kids focused. Um, yeah, it's really hard to get them to focus on like one thing. So parang you do anything to kind of get them to like finish their work and like really focus on it so they can learn something more. But yeah, it's really just getting them to focus.
Mhm. For
Eugene.
me, I think the challenges that we have now is really more on trying to be more committed to the program, or not us, but the entire volunteer group itself. Because we have a lot of volunteers at the start, then it starts fizzling out towards the middle of the program, or the school year, and then we'll try to bring in other volunteers, and we'll have to retrain them again. I think that's normal in any
Yeah.
volunteer organization, but maybe that's what one pain point that we have to look into, how we can retain, and we can um, ensure that the volunteers are really committed to having these children read.
How do you think we can do that, Dea? How to keep
I guess
volunteers? Because volunteers are the heart and soul
engagement
of our.
siguro. It's not just making them experience the volunteer work,
Mm-mm.
because that's a given. The work is one-on-one, so they will experience it. The thing is, how do you keep them from being frustrated? Because teaching kids basic literacy isn't easy. It's not easy. There are a lot of frustrating things that can happen along the way. Your kid might not respond positively to the way you teach, or um, they're really slow in absorbing the lessons, or they don't have love for learning um,
Right.
to start
Mm.
with. So I think it's really with the volunteer to try to understand what the needs are of the duty, and adjust to it, and find meaning to what they're doing every Saturday. I think that's um, we should focus on letting them experience that, and having them realize that it's part of the volunteer work. Finding ways to make your duty respond to you positively, or get into the program quickly. That's part of being a Gabay Aral volunteer. It's not just giving them the modules to answer. It's being creative on how to make the kids love learning.
Right, right. So, any parting words for our viewers or our listeners, uh, na who may want to join Gabay Aral or maybe volunteer in other organizations? Rain, how do you
For
encourage
me,
your the young ones like you to join?
first, definitely, I hope that the viewers can really know that it's really something that's very rewarding. Volunteer work, no matter what it is, usually always comes with a sense of fulfillment to it. And I know it's not the best way, or the best reason to volunteer to make yourself feel good, but it's not also a bad side effect of it
Mm-mm.
because it's great to see other people do better and do to succeed in a way, in another way, and to see to be a part of that, and to be in, actually to be instrumental in that, is something that can be very, very rewarding for someone. And also, honestly, it's just a little bit of fun and a great distraction in a way, because with all of the busyness of our lives, it's really nice to have something to kind of look forward to, whether it's in a good way or in a kind of dreading way. It's still a great thing to look forward to and have something to really do every Saturday, and really um be able to kind of distress in a way, and be able to help people that in the process there.
Yes. Okay. And Jake, any parting words?
My suggestion is for you to find um what volunteer work you really want to do. To start with something that you're interested in, and that also contributes to the betterment of society and to the betterment of your life. Because if you don't give it a chance, if I hadn't given the Gabay Aral organization a chance, I wouldn't have experienced what I'm experiencing now. So, and I didn't really like teaching at the start, or I didn't like working with kids at the start. But if I didn't give it a chance, then I wouldn't have learned that this is something that I really like doing. So, and uh, stay committed to it. When you go into any volunteer work, um, you don't just go into it just for 1 or 2 weeks, or you try to um, help grow the organization as well, not just being part of it, but being part of its leadership as well. So
Yeah.
you contribute anything that you can, you can contribute all your talents to it, or you can contribute your resources to it if you have it, if you have resources to contribute. So you can do that. As long as you're committed to it, I think it will work for you.
Okay. So there you go. I hope that we can get more people to join us in Gabay Aral, or any volunteer in any organization where
Mhm.
they are passionate about. So thank you very much, Jake and Rain Lugay, our volunteers from Gabay Aral. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
As we wrap up today's episode, I hope you're feeling inspired to explore how you can make a difference. Volunteerism doesn't have to be complicated. You can just start with what you are passionate about and take it from there. Look for opportunities where you can make a difference in your local community. Remember, even the smallest act of kindness can make a big, big difference in this world. If you're ready to get involved, check out organizations near you. Thank you for joining me today in Good News Cafe. Together, let's keep spreading kindness and positivity. Until next time, this is your host, Hazel Lugay, signing off with a heart full of gratitude and a cup full of good news.